Lubbock's weather has been changing and I get pretty bad seasonal allergies. So instead of our normal video, we're going to be making a homemade medicine ball while I answer some real estate questions. So let's just get right into it. Some of the common things a seller makes a mistake on when trying to sell their property, it really comes down to property condition and pricing. Realistically, it is hard to get your home in like absolute 100% perfect condition. And a lot of people don't expect that, but the closer you can get to it, the more beneficial it is to you actually selling your home, because you're going to get probably a better price. And with price, you just have to make sure that it reflects the condition and the actual value of the home. You don't want to be overpricing it. And then you have some other homes in the neighborhood that are the exact same condition, but buyers aren't going and looking at your property because, well, it's overpriced. No reason to, there's no incentive. So I would say that's probably the two big things that sellers make a mistake on. Do I think sellers should take down family photos to personalize a home? Not necessarily. I think if the home flows very well and it's decorated really well, it works. I mean, it's supposed to feel like a home. You don't want it to feel just so sterile, I guess, that it's just a turnoff. Because a lot of buyers do have trouble, kind of envisioning themselves in a place that is just completely bare. But you have to do it with taste, so keep that in mind. Do I think open houses are worth it for sellers? I do. I think they put more eyes on the property because you're going to have it show up online and then also word of mouth. And yeah, I think it's a great way to also get feedback from maybe not, every person that comes through is a potential buyer or wants to buy the house or even in the market. Maybe they're just a nosy neighbor, but you're getting some pretty good, valuable feedback that probably resonates throughout the majority of the buyers. So I think they are beneficial. The number one thing I think buyers need to know is, if a home pops up and you look at it and it fits majority of your needs, don't wait. If you're in a position to, continue on in the process and get the home under contract and go through those steps, definitely do so, because it's kind of like a hurry up and wait game. And you don't want to be waiting and somebody else hurries up and the home is lost. So that's something to consider too. I think one of the most beneficial parts of buying a home is that it's yours. I mean, you get the equity, you get to do whatever you want to the home, hopefully stuff that will provide you more equity down the line and more appreciation. You have complete control over it. With that, you also have a big responsibility with owning this home. So making sure that your finances are in order and you can really enjoy it is a big thing. I think buyers, or it's a pro for buyers that are looking to buy a home. Do I ever think renting is better than buying for financial? It depends on the situation. If you're only going to be somewhere for a short amount of time and can't really cash in on the appreciation, then yeah, why not? There's nothing wrong with renting. It's just making sure that whichever route you go, that it fits your lifestyle and your goals. And there's nothing wrong with renting and saving up and then purchasing a home or selling your home. If financially you just want to rent, there's nothing wrong with that. If somebody wants to purchase a rental, I think the more you can put down, the better. If you can do it just fully cash, that's awesome, because then you're not worrying about the loan, and there's a lot less factors as far as getting your books in order. So it's a little bit more streamlined. You only have to worry about what your taxes and your insurance, and then however you are running that rental. The next best thing is, doing 20% or more down, because then you knock off that mortgage insurance premium and you have a little bit more cash flow, hopefully, depending on the rent and all that. So the more, the better, I think. I think people should purchase rental properties if it fits what they're trying to do and if they do it smart enough. I think overall, real estate is like a great vehicle for like generational wealth and equity and everything like that. But you gotta make sure that you don't purchase a rental and then you're stuck not knowing what to do with it or how to manage it or anything like that. So definitely educating yourself on what to do beforehand, and you're gonna make mistakes. I mean, there hasn't been one investor that I've worked with or that I've heard talk about investing in real estate that hasn't made a mistake, or a few right off the bat. If somebody is thinking about getting their license, but they're not really sure, I would tell them they probably need to research it a little bit more and go and talk to brokerages to see how really like your day-to-day operation is going to look. And it changes, but getting a good idea, because I mean, real estate really isn't easy. You don't just sit there and wait for phone calls or anything like that. Like, you're really in that, you're serving people. So you have to make sure that, one, you're able to control your own schedule and make sure that you're doing the stuff that you need to be doing. And then two, make sure that you're able to serve people. So that means you have to be educated. You have to know what's going on in the market. You have to be just constantly educating yourself, as well as being your own boss. I think the best part about being in real estate is the people that I've met and worked with and just have become incredibly close. I mean, purchasing a home is such a big thing in everybody's lives. And so being able to facilitate that and still be in the picture after close date, it's super special to me. So I love the people that I've worked with, and I mean, they just hold a special place in my heart.
What's the worst part about being in real estate?
Worst part about being in real estate has to be the ever-changing schedule. Making sure that you're able to adapt to it as well, because you really are dealing with everybody's needs, but then you also have your own needs as well. So making sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're also taking care of your clients. I think one of my favorite real estate stories has got to be first or second client, and I was brand new in real estate, and it was going to be my first closing, and I had no idea you literally could not bring a briefcase full of cash to close. They brought a $60,000 in a briefcase to close, and we had to extend closing because you have to make sure that the funds are traceable and there's a paper trail. So that was a lesson learned. It has never happened again. But they actually they dug up the cash from their backyard, so they brought that to close. So my bad, but we learned.